Hello guys! So, this is gonna be new for me. I've never done this before, but I spent all of 2021 reading. I started in February and I read 120 books, and I am very proud of myself because that's the most books I've ever read. I'm pretty sure that's probably more books than I've read in my life. Like, if it didn't have to do with schoolwork, half the time I didn't even read those. Let's be real. I was forced to. My parents made me. Or, I don't know. I hated reading as a kid because I have learning disabilities. I have ADHD and dyslexia, and reading was never my thing. But last year, I think I found it in 2020. I think, maybe. But I found Audible, and I know a lot of people don't like Audible, but I love Audible. I haven't tried any of the other services for audiobooks yet. I do want to try them, but I think I'm gonna stay with Audible for now because I'm really loving it. So, that being said, I have a goal for this year. This year I'd like to read 52 books. So, every month I plan on doing a TBR to hold myself accountable, at least for some of these, because last year I wanted to read some of these and I put other books first. And I am a mood reader, but I really want to get to these ones this month, or at least sometime in the year. And I really like what Riley does over on Riley Marie. That's her channel name. I'll put it up here. I like what she does. She did a video where she does a video now. It's her TBR, and she looks back on old TBRs and sees if she read anything or not. And I really love that idea. It is holding myself accountable, and that's what I really need this year. I'm trying to hold myself accountable, and I'm going to use this channel as it. So you'll probably see me reading, painting, drawing, who knows what else, going on adventures, hopefully. Fingers crossed. We have a few vacations actually planned. I'm hoping don't get canceled because of the COVID increase again. But this is my January TBR. Yes. So I will say that because I am filming this on January 15th, we're already halfway through the month, I'm really slacking this month because I've been sick for the last 3 months. I've had the stomach bug, I've had the flu, and this month I have a cold, which doesn't sound that bad, I know, but it was making me really tired. Plus, the girls had Aurora had her recital because Layla no longer dances. But yeah, so here we go. Here is my TBR, and I have read a few of these already, which I will let you know which ones I've read. I'm gonna put a picture of them here. Don't mind the car seat over there. I didn't even realize that was in the shot for the last video, my bad. But I'm gonna put the videos up here, the books up here, not the videos. The books will go here as I talk about them. So let's jump right into this. The first book on my list is The Wall of Winnipeg and Me by Mariana Zapata. This book has actually been in my Audible and my Kindle account because I did sign up for Kindle Unlimited. But it's been in there. I downloaded it a while ago and I just haven't gotten to it. It's very long and she does a lot of slow burn, which I'm not always into, but I really like the 2 books that I've read from her already. I read Dear Aaron and what is it, From Luke-Off with Love. And this is just one that I wanted to read next because I've heard really good things about it. I do want to try to read more of her in general, so I might try to add her every month to this list because she has a lot of books that I have not read yet, obviously. The next book is Her Soul to Take by Harley Laroux, which also downloaded it on KU, and I've read 2 pages of this book and then put it down because I wasn't in the mood to read it, which I'm really surprised because a lot of people have said that this is a really amazing book, but I don't know, I just haven't been in the mood. I think I'm going to though, because I am finally in the mood for some demon romance. Yes, it's a demon romance. I'm also not giving you very good descriptions of these books, and that is because I don't really know much about them. I like to go into my books blind. okay? I like it because it's a surprise. And then what I think is gonna happen doesn't normally happen, and I love that. Anyways, the next one is The Varsity Dad Dilemma by Lex Martin. Yes, I heard about this. I cannot remember where I first heard about it, but I heard that it was really good, and I think I might have downloaded it on KU. No, I didn't because they didn't have it. I forgot where I saw this first, to be honest. But I recently saw it on Peace Love Books. Jess just talked about it. And it made me realize that I did really want to read it still. So that's on here. These are two of my Book of the Month books, which my goal for this year, since I have like 20 something books that I still haven't read from my Book of the Month, I've been going so slow with them. And so far they have all been like 3, 4, or 5 stars, mostly being like 4 and 5 stars. So I do want to start reading more of those. But 2 of the books on there was one from this month's Book of the Month called Love and Other Disasters by Anita Kelly. I don't know anything about it. Let's just be real. I just know it's a romance. And then the other one is People We Meet on Vacation by Emily Henry. This is actually a book that I did read this month, so I did check it off. But these are just books that are on my Book of the Month shelf, and I really just want to read them. Like, I want to move them from my not read shelf, my unread shelf, to my read shelf. Yes, so Book of the Month, I am planning on catching up to those books. My goal is to, if I get the book for the month, I want to read it in that month, and then I want to read another one from the shelf to try to lessen the load that I have. And I have a variety of books on there. Like, a couple of them I have already read, and I do plan on moving them. They're not I plan on giving them to somebody or like sending them to a friend, because they either weren't my favorites, they were like the 3-star books. I'm trying not to keep 3-star books on my shelf. That's pretty much what I'm trying to get at, is I'm trying to get rid of all my 3-star books and make space for other books that I know I'm going to love, or that I've already read and do love. So that's why I'm trying to clean up those shelves. Another book that's just been on my shelf, but I do want to read more of the genre, is Horrid by Katrina Leno. This is like a horror, I think it's just horror mystery or something like that, or horror thriller, I don't know. But I bought it because of the book cover. Yeah, I did that. I bought like the Owl Crate edition of it because I really love the red roses instead of the black roses. And I actually love both covers now, but I need to move this book from my unread shelf to my read shelf. And my goal for this year is to spice up my variety of books, because I do have more than just romance books on my shelves. And I actually really did enjoy the horror thriller mystery of what was it called? Mexican Gothic. I really liked that one. It freaked me out a lot. So I'm thinking that I'm going to really like the horror thriller genre, mystery genre to begin with. So that's why this one's on here. My next one is a Giana darling. Let's be real. I love Giana darling. I have read all of the Fallen Men except for the new one that she's writing, and I cannot wait for that one. However, I'm trying to branch out from that, and I want to read The Affair by her. I actually want to read the whole thing. I forgot who posted it or where I saw it, but I found this like reading order for the When Heroes Fall duet by her. So I'm going to start off with The Affair, like it says. And honestly, I just want to read her backlog. I think I've 5-starred almost everything I've read from her so far. Because I've also read, let's see, Dangerous Temptations. I really loved that one. I can't wait to read that, The Beautiful Nightmare. That's another one that I like hope to get to this month, but I can't guarantee that I will, because I have a lot on this list. But if I end up feeling like picking that one up instead of The Affair, maybe I will. Maybe. The other one is, so this one is specifically because of the things that I've heard about it, of why I want to read it. And I also love the cover, but I don't own it yet. My goal for this year is not to buy anything I haven't read. Let's see if that works. It never does. But The Fine Print by Lauren Asher. So I have heard that this is a romance that like is around, or is, I forgot how, like, where, I think like he, to get his inheritance or something like that, he has to do something with this theme park, and it's a Disney like theme park, and hello Disney. If it's Disney, it's for me. If it's like Disney, it's for me too. So I'm really excited to read this, probably more for the theme park than I am for the romance. I don't know, we'll see. But it is definitely one that I want to get to, because I have I've downloaded it. It's on my it's already on my Kindle, and I just haven't read it. It's because it doesn't have an Audible, and I know it's going to take me a while to read, and I have to have time. Okay, I've been slacking with physical reading. If it doesn't have an audiobook, I probably haven't read it yet. That's a lie. I have actually read a lot. I keep track of it. I don't know, maybe I should like talk about that. Should I do a monthly wrap up and like tell you how I read my books for the month, and like how many I read and what I read and what my thoughts are? Maybe I'll do that. I should start that. That would be fun. I don't know. Okay, back to this. Focus, Cassandra, focus. The next one, I actually already read this one because it's a novella, and I love this author so far. She might start becoming an auto-buy for me, and I need to read her backlog. This is Secrets We Hunt by Dana Islay. I think that's how you say it. Islay? I don't know. I love all the books that I've read. I've dipped in Harley, and I read the Games We Play, and oh my god, they were both 5 stars. I will let you know that my ratings just go by how I've enjoyed them. It really has nothing to do with like the writing or anything like that. All of my ratings go by how much I enjoyed the book. If I loved the book and was sucked into it, then it's a 5 star. If I loved the book but it didn't suck me in like I had hoped, it's probably a 4 star. And if anything is lower than that, it's just because I wasn't that into it, or I liked it and it didn't hit the way that I hoped. But yeah, so I've actually already read this book. It's like I said, it's Secrets We Hunt. But I think my goal is to read at least one book from her a month, because she does have a backlog that I want to get to, because so far I have loved everything. And then the next book, okay, so this one is a reread. I don't know what it is, but Punk 57 by Penelope Douglas has been on my mind so much lately. And I don't know why. I had originally given this book a 4 star. I thought it was really well written, but there was something about it that I just wasn't connecting with. But for the last like 3 months, I have been thinking about this book so much that I'm starting to think I gave it the wrong rating. Because literally, since I've read it, it's been like on my mind. The truck scene, holy moly. So I do want to reread this one. I have it on KU and on Audible already. So I think I'm going to try to read that, because I'm starting to think that maybe it deserves 5 stars and not the 4 that I gave it. I don't know. I'm going to do a reread. I think that actually might be the next book that I do read. I'm actually like torn between that one and what is it? The Wall of Winnipeg and Me, because I do have both of those books. I have them on Audible and I have them on KU already. So we'll see. I don't know. It's between those two right now. I'm thinking I'm leaning more towards Punk 57 though. Another book that I wanted. So this is a second chance book for me because the first book that I read by this author, I did not really enjoy like I had hoped. I did read it from Audible. I read it with Audible, and I had the physical copy. And I feel like if I didn't have the Audible, I probably wouldn't have finished the book at all. So the one that I plan on reading this month is The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo by Taylor Jenkins Reid. I did read Daisy Jones and the Six, which is how I read it with Audibles, and I honestly don't think that I would have read that book physically if I didn't have the audiobook to go with it, because the audiobook more felt like it was like an actual like band interview, and I did like that aspect, but I probably wouldn't have liked reading it. That's just me. I don't know. But I do want to give her another chance because I have heard that this book is really good. I've seen it like everywhere. And then the next one that I plan on reading for this month is Archer's Voice by Mia Sheridan. This one I have, actually this one and another one. So I have two that I'm kind of jumping on the bandwagon for. So Archer's Voice and Ice Planet Barbarians by Ruby Dixon. I have also seen these ones everywhere, and like all of my favorite YouTubers have talked about them, or almost all of them have talked about both of these books. But I think I want to jump on the bandwagon and see what it's like. I know Archer's Voice will probably make me cry, and the Ice Planet Barbarians is something totally different for me. I've never read alien romance. I have read demon romance, a fairy. I've had a what's the other one? Succubus, The Headless Horseman, Krampus. I've read some weird things, okay? Let's just be real. So aliens might be another enjoyment for me. Let's see. I don't know. The next one is, I actually set goals for myself for this year in my reading journal, which is actually like my planner. I have like a reading journal set up at the beginning of my planner, and then I have like a digital reading journal that I do kind of just for myself, so that I can go back and like see what I've read and what I haven't read yet. And my physical reading journal was just becoming too much. Like I didn't want to do it anymore, so I put half of it that I had to write down, and then like the stuff that I needed to write down, and the rest I put on a digital like blog for myself, like journal, online journal. But two of my goals this year is I have a diversify my reading for 2022, and then I have a romance diversify my reading for 2022. So two of the goals for those readings for January were, my first one to diversify was my memoir. And I actually do have a lot of memoirs and biographies and all that on my shelf already. Most of them are true crime or related to something that I enjoy. Like I think I have like almost all of Motley Crue's memoir biography, and like their big one that's bound up together. I have a whole bunch on serial killers because I love true crime. And so the one that I picked for this month, it was between two books, but I ended up deciding that I wanted to read after a poll. I was already leaning towards this one, but I read The Opposite of Butterfly Hunting by Evanna Lynch, who plays Luna Lovegood in Harry Potter. I actually pre-ordered this book, so I have a signed copy. I can like insert my little clip that I posted on Instagram of it, because this book is stunning. I love this book. It's so beautiful. And I did end up reading this book, which, wow, like I don't normally like rate these kinds of books, but I definitely gave it 5 stars because I think that what she was talking about really spoke to me. I personally didn't have the same problem that she had, but when I was younger, I did suffer from depression and anxiety. I really honestly related to some of the things that she said that came to mental health, and like things that she would tell to herself, because I have told myself that too. I loved this book. I am so glad that I did read it, and that I actually own the copy that I do, because like I said, it's signed and it's stunning. I pre-ordered it as soon as I heard that she was writing a book and it was out there. But this is one that I have read, obviously. The next one is a historical fiction. This one was hard because I don't know if I'm gonna like historical fiction, but I recently watched, I forgot who it was because I've watched a lot of people, but a few of the YouTubers that I watch have brought up this book and said that it was a historical fiction, which worked perfectly. It's called Sea of Ruins by Pam Godwin, and I honestly really liked the sound of this. Like, it's a pirate's story, and like I think it's like a reverse harem almost. I don't 100% know. Like I said, I go into my books blind because I like the surprise that happens. But yeah, so those are my goals. There are other books on here that I do want to read, but I might try to, because I already have so many. Let's see, how many do I have? I have like 15 books already that I want to read, and that's a lot. I won't say that I can't do it because I think I read like 20 books in 1 month at one point, and now with my new job I do have more time to read. But yeah, I didn't want to like overdo it. On the plus side, I have read 5 books so far this month, but I just wanted to like hold myself accountable for stuff, you know, because I don't do it if I don't. I have my friends helping me with some of my other goals that I have. So let's see if I can make these habits. Woo! Okay. This has already been like 25 minutes of me recording, like 26 now. So I'm gonna end it here. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching it for sure, because I know I ramble a lot. But yeah, I plan on doing these every month. Let's hope I can stick with it. But please like, subscribe. I have a whole bunch of videos I have planned so far. Well, not a whole bunch, mostly vlogs. I do plan on vlogging weekly if I can. Some weeks we might not have anything because we do live a little bit of a boring life in not quarantine, but in this COVID world now. But things should be spicing up pretty soon. We have some vacations planned, like I said, so I'll probably try to vlog those. And yeah, I hope you enjoy. Like, subscribe, share, do what you want. Whoop whoop. Bye.